Hey guys, FunnyGuyTimmy here for a quick tip. This one is going to involve Fiverr. There's a lot of people that subscribe to me who are either using Fiverr or are trying to get into doing voice acting on Fiverr. And there's a lot of people out there who absolutely hate Fiverr for tons of valid reasons. One of them is because most of the people on Fiverr aren't charging enough. And a lot of people who are starting on Fiverr and who aren't charging enough don't know what to charge and don't know how to structure their profile accurately to actually make enough money that it's not just watering down the industry and not just cheapening themselves out and not just stressing themselves out. So one of the things that I do is I use the broadcast rights for more than just broadcast rights. So on Fiverr, on your average gig, you have access to broadcast, commercial, and then a lot of custom gigs. Now, the problem that I've run into is that there aren't enough custom slots available. So I will often use broadcast to mean more than just broadcast, because broadcast is kind of weird nowadays. And there's been some people that I've sent my Excel spreadsheet that shows how I differentiate the prices that have kind of gotten confused, and I can understand that. So broadcast is normally if the client is broadcasting it. What that means is like radio or TV, and I've actually talked to some friends to try to clarify this, make sure I understood it properly, because I've never really used broadcast rights the way broadcast is used, because all of my work is video games and web cartoons and stuff like that. So my stuff is never really used for broadcast. But it is technically broadcasted. It's technically, this kind of tells you and shows you how out of date a lot of the industry standards kind of are now. I mean, broadcast was for television and radio if someone was going to be putting it out there on the waves. But nowadays, almost everything is digital. Most people watch TV on online streaming services like Hulu or Netflix or YouTube. And those are online, but those are still Screen Actors Guild projects. Normally, those are still industry shot and produced projects, but they're put on a streaming service. So it's not technically broadcast anymore. It's not being sent out on a regular time and live. But those would still qualify for broadcast usage. So the way that I use broadcast normally is if someone is going to be directly profiting off my service, if someone is going to be taking what I give to them, the voiceover, the service that I provide, and then going to be repackaging it or adding it to a project and then making money directly off that, either through ad revenue, like if it's on TV or if it's on YouTube and has the ads running, it's like monetized and it's a bigger project. Or if they're selling it on a DVD or selling it in a video game or on Steam, like a Steam game, then that would be what I would use broadcast for. If they're using my voiceover as part of an advertisement or a promo or any kind of service where they're trying to drum up business, or they're using this to market themselves in order to get work or money later on, then I would use commercial. But I've also started to include one that is social media use. So if someone is technically going to be using this as a commercial or it's going to be monetized, but it's a smaller project and it's on a smaller streaming service like Facebook, or it's a smaller YouTube channel, I would use social media use. Yes, they're still profiting off it in some way, but it's not a bigger project. It's not a larger project. So I don't like to charge the same clients the same prices all the time. If it's a smaller project and a smaller client, I'll charge what's appropriate for them. If it's a larger project, I'll charge what's appropriate for them. So each tier, each client basically fits in different tiers. And so that's basically how I use broadcast rights, due to the fact that nothing's really broadcast anymore. It's very tricky to use Fiverr as a an appropriate industry service. But I think that's a better way of doing it, of using it, of actually taking advantage of that broadcast tab. And so when I send someone an invoice, they'll ask me what's this for. I will send them the broadcast/profit use or direct profit use. And I'll send that to them. And I explain to them that that broadcast covers this. So you can literally use what I give to you for anything. You can put it in a toy and sell that in stores, or put it in a video game and sell that on Steam or on PlayStation 4 or whatever. You can literally do that with that. So that's basically how I use broadcast. There were some people who were kind of confused and don't use it at all. There were some people who use commercial for everything. And a lot of the people who use commercial for everything, for all purposes, all use, either end up charging way too little for commercial or way too much and then not getting enough work. So I feel like breaking it up to different tiers and different levels of usage with the client will help you and help the client. That's just some advice. That's just an idea. If you guys think it's a good idea, leave that down in the comment section. If you think it's a bad idea, leave that down in the comment section. I'll probably do another video talking more about this later on. If there's someone out there who thinks that it should be used differently, I mean, go for it. That's what the comment section is for. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Subscribe if you're new, bell for notifications, and until next time, peace.